Smiley,
Arr.
find yourself in a very flat yet peaceful place. You're standing upon a small strip of land, beset upon on either side by the endless river. You hear voices coming from up ahead.
Hello?
As you start moving towards the voices, you start to recognize them. They're laughing. They seem to be excited voices. When you approach, you recognize them. You see some of the members of the resistance that you had just been fighting. Upon seeing you, they all kind of erupt into cheers. Mandrake stands up, and there he is! Oh, 2 rounds with the fucker. Oh, I hope it was good. They all laugh.
No.
Yeah, he's not known for being gentle. Delilah kind of baps him on the shoulder. You're such a creep, Creeps. Come on, sit down, have a beer.
Are we dead?
Looks like it. Waiting for our boats now.
Oh.
Don't worry about it too much. Doesn't feel so bad down here. I thought it'd be, scarier. They're all kind of seated in these small little chairs around a, looks to be a cooler full of beer. You are offered one.
Where did you even find beer? I'll take one.
Hands you one. Oh, Karen said we deserved it. That was a pretty good fight, wasn't it? Mandrake says.
I've had better ones where I haven't died.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be a good one if it wasn't a possibility, would it?
Arr.
Did you see the way Dancer moved? She was into it. She was really into it. Anastasia reaches out and clasps a hand over the elf's mouth. I take it Gabe survived, she says.
He was alive when I left.
Well, he's not down here. That poor boy. We don't hold it against you.
Well, I would hope not. I'm dead too. I'm sorry about what happened. It was a mess.
It was always going to be a mess. I think William knew it was going to be a mess. That's why he sent us. That's why he sent Gabe.
Would you do it again?
Absolutely. She glances over at Cornelius and Pasca, who are just kind of quietly waiting. Absolutely. Look, we knew what we signed up for, and we decided to move against the status quo. Those people up there do anything to preserve what they have. We tried it the right way for years and years. It seemed like this was the only way to get them to listen.
It does take a while. I'd agree.
Well, you got their attention now. Hopefully.
We'll see.
Mandrake perks back up. Well, it's good to see Fucker lived. He'll live to fuck another day. And they all kind of start laughing, and then things kind of fall back into that placid silence for a while. After a few more moments of silence, this guy kind of just appears. Thank you for being so patient. I think that this is all of them, but I'm only seeing 5 boats. He motions to 5 ferries, which have been lined up. And you. He points at you, Smiley. You don't get to come. Sorry.
I'm stuck here.
Nope, you're going back up, I think.
Oh. Did they save me?
I believe so. Your boat didn't show up. You should be going back up any moment now. As for the rest of you, come on. It isn't so bad down here. People are going to remember you. The 5 of them kind of stand up and start climbing onto their boats. Queen turns and looks at you, Smiley, and exhales softly through her nose. Don't let Gabe blame himself for this. I know that's what he's gonna do.
I'll tell him it was our fault. That's not gonna help.
He's a good kid. Take care of him.
Smiley will wave.
And they begin sailing off. Karen floats up to you, Smiley, and boops you in the chest. And you feel awful. The sight before you fades, and when you wake up, you have a kitsune staring you in the face.
Hello?
Oh, welcome back. I'll give you a little slap on the face.
Smiley will start retching.
So, last time, you guys went up against several members of the Resistance in an attempt to intervene them in their attempt to kidnap Vanessa Florentine for their own purposes. You were successful in driving them off and managed to slay several of the members in the process. You confronted Gabriel and managed to subdue him. Before we get started, I would like to address the shared inventory, which is no longer a thing. So, I am looking at the inventory right now. You guys have 6 large healing packs to distribute. You have a potion of reckless power and 2 potions of keen to distribute. The potion of reckless power is now potion of minor power and simply adds 2 damage to your next 3 weapon attacks that connect. So,
I'd like a refund, please. Delbert, get over here.
I say 1 push or 1 healing pack each, and then I guess we gamble for the extra.
I'll stick out of the gamble because I feel that as a new player, I don't really have a stake in the shared inventory because I didn't really add anything to it.
I don't need any of
And
the healing stuff.
I'm fucking Mundo.
Yeah.
So it's really between you three.
I don't care. One's fine with me.
Smiley can use keen potions pretty good.
I was
Well,
just
no.
saying healing packs.
Not right
Yeah.
now. Oh, then just one each should be fine. None of us can. Oh well, one of us can heal now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the spare on someone just in case.
Makes
And we
sense. In
can-
case the healer goes down.
Give it to somebody tough. That's gonna be
Or
up.
fat. Or fast.
So that makes
Which-
either me, Z, or Korgath.
Give it to Z. He's mobile.
I can get around the field pretty good.
A fuck.
Yeah.
AF mobile.
He relishes his role as the party healer, running around throwing med packs at everyone's faces.
I shove a band-aid in your mouth, a band-aid in your mouth. Z running
Beautiful.
around shoving ace bandages into people's throat.
How healing works, right? This is not match the music. Oh.
It's alright. I kind of wanted to take care of this with everybody at the table.
Yeah, and then I believe the potions of Keen and Reckless Power belong to Korgath and Smiley in some...
Eh.
Yeah, I'll take it if you're not going to use the reckless power.
I mean, I'll hang on to it. Maybe I'll find something to use it on.
Okie dokie. Is anyone using Dimitri's lens right now?
Ral has it.
For the next 24 hours, that might be all Smiley's good for.
We got a thing of adrenaline left. You good for a 2-hour
we do?
burst?
Oh,
Ral started the campaign with 2.
well, thank goodness.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Right.
I believe then.
Not that he thinks you'll need it right this second.
No.
And then the gold. So people spend varying amounts of gold at the beginning, and then some people sort of were spending gold, some people kind of weren't. Instead of going back and trying to account for like everybody's expenditures, how do you guys feel about dividing the current gold by 5?
Divide it by 4 if you want. Again, Z, I haven't added anything to the pot, so I'd feel bad taking from it. Let Z earn his own gold.
Z with 0 gold?
Yeah, he's gotta have 0 gold.
How much?
I'm a
gold do they
monk.
have?
I mean, I still think we should divide it by 5, but give Naomi 2 shares.
No.
Wait, huh? Wait. Might get my calculator out. My brain hurts. God, now I gotta
If
keep up.
anything,
Man, I
it makes more sense that Smiley and Korgath have more money out of all of us,
Yeah.
since they own an inn.
We
I think
do.
I-
Ral would have money on him, but is not rich.
Okay.
I like where this man's head's at.
Let me do some.
And Z is a college ruffian. So
Ah, thanks, mate.
He's got a trust fund.
Let me do some paper math then.
he's got he'll cash it in eventually. His dad's bound to have deep pockets.
God.
Dad, I need money. Hits you with a bag full of platinum coins. Go nuts.
Okay.
Dad, I need to buy myself some potions.
I need my allowance, Dad. God.
I don't actually know what Z needs to buy because he doesn't use weapons. He doesn't wear armor. And magic items is rare as shit. So he's just
You
kind of
know
like food
What
money.
happens when I see people that have joint Facebook accounts? I just
Mhm.
want to drive to their house and slap them in their faces.
Minus 200 is 903. 900.
That doesn't sound like paper math, or that's a loud ass pencil. A loud ass mechanical pencil that's low on lead.
All right. Horgath and Smiley, you
Yeah.
each have 1,803 gold to your name.
Ooh.
Naomi, you
Hmm.
have 1,403 gold to your name. Z and Ral, you have 903 gold to your name.
So can I make that like 18 platinum, 3 gold? Isn't 1 platinum 10 gold? So it'd be like 180 platinum?
I measure everything in gold.
Oh, that's what she said.
So how much was does he have? Sorry, 900 and
903.
9-3.
Maybe we should sell our inn, Smiley, and just cash out.
And retire?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could.
Since how
Or
we're
you
gonna
could
have to
sell the ship and
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
and
whoa,
retire.
whoa! He just got that, and he just died, and you're wanting to sell his ship. Damn!
I'm just saying it's an option if you're looking to retire.
All in favor of getting rid of Rel, raise their hand.
I was going to
It's
retire on
simply-
the ship.
Yeah! How do you think we're gonna get to the beach?
I mean,
Nope, we're not going to the
Walk?
beaches on this fucking country. Not in this shit stain of a country. This thing, we're
Well-
gonna have to go back every so often and get it, and it's just gonna be a. If I could get like 5,000 one-time lump sum,
Oh, Bavol, just one of the most major economic hubs of the world, competing with Sintra for the most educated. But also with some social problems.
we can solve that. We'll just kill everybody in this country, and then Central will be number 1.
eccentric
and
great
please
again.
point you to all other happenings of mass genocide and what happened afterward.
I mean, the Romans had a good run, okay? I will be long dead before anything bad happened.
Do you not know anything about most of the Roman emperors?
I'm not gonna. I didn't say I was gonna be king. I'm going up north.
No, I'm more saying what they did to everyone else.
I mean, you just want to be the king in the north. That's different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You just have a pack of direwolves. They're your
I
only
just-
friends now.
King in the north, Haneke's tribe.
Anarchy is still running around up north.
I've got a helmet for her if I ever see her again.
She has to fulfill her destiny. I'm gonna laugh at the end of the campaign where
She's
like
the
all about
major
to
of
die,
those.
and then fucking Haneke shows up out of nowhere and like chops some demon lord in half and runs away.
Be like, but your helmet. Oh, never mind. She gone.
Yeah, they're not gone forever. I have plans for Haneke and even Rupert and Archie.
Damn.
Anime heroine that we deserve.
All right, we're
I
ready.
hope she goes to her own like black swordsman arc and she's just fighting demons all the time.
All right. So with the shared inventory disseminated, you guys are standing upon a bloody battlefield. The inside of the Shuki Temple is mostly destroyed from all the fighting that has happened, and there are multiple bloodstains from various wounds. Gabe is unconscious. I believe Korgath was carrying him.
Mm,
The
yeah.
sounds of chaos towards the nearby noble district seem to be dying down. And
Whoa! What are you doing? Easy.
I shoot the darkness. I don't know.
you blast the darkness and miss.
I was kidding. I'm just
He
I would like to rage.
And
So
Smiley,
we're doing this now.
Smiley is really looking not that great after you crush the revivification bead on his chest.
Hey there, buddy.
I don't know how to. Would I recognize this as like a case of exhaustion or something like that?
Roll medicine, Naomi. But Ral, you recognize immediately that this is sort of what happens to people that have been brought back from the brink of death.
All right. Still mostly transformed, Raoul walk up to the struggling Smiley and pick him up by the back of his shirt collar and
Oh.
set him on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And then very quietly pull his hood up and continue.
Thanks.
Vanessa sort of follows you guys. Kind of speaks in quiet tones. You mentioned you had a safe place.
Yep.
We should regroup there. You lot appear very wounded.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
You take the route back to Little Haven, and you notice that there just doesn't seem to be anybody around now. The sounds of chaos from the Noble District grow quieter and fainter as you get closer to Little Haven. Finally, you reach the door to the inn. Its warm glow seems almost inviting against the night sky.
It's about a 15-minute walk.
Yep.
Okay. About halfway through that, Raoul's done deflating and reabsorbing all of that extra biomass, and he's just not piggybacking Smiley, but giving him a ride on his shoulders.
Yar.
It will help Raoul carry Smiley.
I mean, Raoul's strong enough, he's not struggling with him.
Oh, never mind then. Carry him yourself.
The journey goes in relative quiet. The Florentine woman seems very reflective. And you arrive at the inn. You open the doors, and you see Samuel stitching up a town guard's wound. He appears to have gained a small puncture wound on his arm. You look, and there are a couple of other town guard that are seated and visibly bloodied. Samuel's talking to him. How many were there? Really? 50? The sound of the door opening interrupts the conversation, and he turns to look at you. His eyes going wide as saucers as he sees the unconscious Gabe on Gorgath's shoulders. By the scales. You did it?
Yep.
Did something alright?
You all look like hell. He motions to the town guard, finishes stitching up his wound, says, "Take a seat. And don't move very much. We don't want to reopen that wound." And the town guard looks at you all and pauses when he sees Vanessa, gives a very formal bow to her, then goes to join the others.
There's a visible eye roll from Korgoth when the Florentine gets anything.
Vanessa seems to regather herself and returns the gesture. And then turns to face Samuel. And they converse a bit. Samuel Kennedy, I presume, she says. He mimics the bow and he says, Yes. Yes, it's me. She walks up to him and lays a hand on his shoulder, a sympathetic look on her face. It should have never gotten to this point. I know my uncle is this problem personified, but I'm not like him. If I had known it'd been this bad, I would have done more, she says with a guilty look upon her face. I just had a lot to think about. Samuel shakes his head and holds up his hands. Hey, you're with us now, for whatever it's worth. I was talking to the town guard. It looks like a lot of the nobles have been taken. The resistance, they were trying to use less than lethal means. But some of the guards are dead. I think some of the nobles died too. Those that resisted. From what they say, the guard was rounding up the rest of them, bringing them to the castle Belacetine for safekeeping. Vanessa nods and scratches her chin plaintively. Then she gets a determined look on her face. What can I do? Samuel shakes his head. I don't know yet. And then he turns his attention to you, Korgath, more specifically, Gabe.
Mm.
He walks up.
I'm gonna set him down. Here, you can have him.
Oh, Gabe. You foolish
I'm-
child. Samuel gets control of his emotions quickly and kind of looks at you guys. What happened?
I'm already at the bar getting a drink.
Mr. Barton serves you up something
Ral,
strong.
Ral will slowly and gently set Smiley down on a stool and get him a drink. I fear we had a messy altercation.
William's goons didn't. They didn't want to talk peace.
Samuel scowls. Yeah, I figured it would come to that. I appreciate you trying, and I appreciate you bringing Gabe back here. We need to know what William's up to. We need to know what his plan is with these nobles. And there's somebody in this room who knows. He kneels down.
He looks to Naomi.
He kneels down next to Gabe. And looks at you guys. I'm going to wake him up.
When he says that, I just slam the drink down and start walking out the door.
Wait. Before you
I'll
wake
be-
him up, we should.
I'll
We
be
should-
back.
We should
Oh.
discuss what happened.
I just left. I'm out. I'm gone.
Korgath exits the bar.
I am duty bound to follow.
No.
I gotta,
Why?
because you have an egg.
I will give you the egg.
Okay. See ya.
What?
You see
I pocket
Korgath
that.
hand the egg off to Naomi, and Korgath leaves the bar. Samuel kind of sits back and looks at the remaining four of you.
Are we gonna stop him?
He's probably
I
not
know.
one we want to get in the way of.
Not a matter of can, but do we want to? We probably can't, but should we try?
I mean, probably not, unless we all want to reenact what happened rather than talk about it.
I mean, before we wake him up, we should probably disarm him and make sure he's not carrying anything tricky.
That I agree with, but for now, let him rest. What we put him through and put his friends through, those that made it through, was not the best of things.
I need a bit of a night to process all this.
Do we have time for a night?
I doubt, but
won't
we
know
should at least make sure he understands the depth of the situation. As far as my knowledge for the night, it's hazy at best. When I said they made a weapon, I wasn't lying.
You don't remember much of what we did then?
I remember, but it is fast, it is blurred. To put it in layman's terms, I intake a lot of arcane energy and convert it somehow into biomass, rapidly expanding my body. And this affects memory.
Oh.
Mostly the thought process is because of the running theory of the pineal gland in the brain being the focal point of magic and its entry point and channeling point in the body. It's complicated, but because it's in the brain, it to a degree short wires it, since it's what is making me function in more ways than one.
I guess Smiley will try and explain it to Mr. Kennedy. We slaughtered his friends.
I had feared it would come to that.
It was pretty bloody. Not a good sight.
It rarely is.
Well, but this was worse. I think there were like thrown heads and blood fountains and
William got what he wanted. He got Korgath as he wanted.
Samuel, a flash of anger appears on his face. It has to stop. It has to. What do you mean he got Korgath the way he wanted him?
Something snapped inside Mr. Korgath as we were fighting, which is weird because he tried to talk them out of it, and then he got hit behind with an arrow and he just lost it. I don't even think he knew what he was doing. Have you ever seen someone so angry that they just froth at the mouth?
I can't imagine provoking Korgath's ire is ever a pretty sight.
Hey,
From what Korgath has said, William killed the closest thing he had to a friend. And then continued to antagonize him. I'm hazy on the details, but from what I understand, a long while ago, Korgath and his friend, his name, Nag, I think it was, they escaped from one of the darker sides of Bavol. Samuel shoots a look over at Vanessa, who stares angrily at the floor. Cecil Florentine, our Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, he ran an extensive underground fighting ring. You know, since slavery is technically illegal, they use all kinds of legal loopholes to get around that, but still, training them up to fight each other, that would have raised a bunch of eyebrows. So he kept it quiet from everybody, including his family. Korgath was his fighting prize, and the man had many proclivities. He liked to collect rare and valuable fae. Sort of saw them as tokens of pride, of status. Well, when Korgath and Nag escaped, that sort of set off a ripple inside of Bavol. Other fae who were in similar conditions, they started asking questions. Why can't we just leave? Why can't we just fight our way out? Korgath and Nag were inspirations to them, almost. Now, all Korgath wanted to do was get out. Now William is keeping him in. It's not surprising that this happened.
wow, my dad didn't fill me on that part. Korgath and Mr. Nag. Wow.
I suspect your dad didn't expect things to go this way, did he?
If I can be honest with you, I should be home right now. I think he's worried sick about me. I should probably send him a pigeon. Oh, he's gonna ground me forever when I get home. Ads, am I right?
I can't really say anything about them.
I'm sure
Should
I'm sure your dad would be proud of how you're handling yourself in this situation.
Well, thank you. I should probably go find Korgath. Probably be bad if he got into any more trouble. This is not a good night to be on the streets. Go look for Korgath.
If you wish, Samuel says. I'd like to speak to Gabe.
And we will not keep you from your son any longer.
Oh. If I can get him calmed down. Hopefully he'll be able to tell us about what William's plan is with those nobles. And then we'll have something to go off of. But I should be the first person he sees when he wakes up. And with that, Samuel kind of nods at the four of you. I shall be back down when I'm done. Please have a drink, rest. You look wounded and hurt and tired.
I've been better.
And Samuel begins carrying Gabe upstairs. Alright, Korgath, where did you go?
Back to the temple.
You go back through the temple district.
I'm gonna stop someplace where like there's a thing of water, like a watering trough or just a big drum of water, and wash my face and blood off of me.
You wash the copious amounts of blood from yourself.
And I'll head back that way.
And keep wandering down towards the temple district. Your destination is where exactly?
We'll start at the back at the temple, the Shuki temple.
You go back to the Shuki temple, and the guards are so busy with the situation in the noble district that nobody's been by to clean up the bodies and the blood. You see the corpse of Queen, headless on the ground. You see the headless corpse of Cornelius, his head over by the corpse of Dove. And you see two pieces of gnome near the fountain
Ew.
that are continuously leaking blood into the fountain. At this point, the water in the fountain has turned completely red.
And the guy with the slit in him from shoulder to pelvis. Oh, creeps.
Creeps, yep.
I don't give a shit about any of them. I just walk over them and straight into the temple.
You go into the Shuki temple. It is oppressively quiet inside of the temple. There are scuff marks upon the altar. The windows are shattered from where people have jumped through. The pews, what little there are of them, are completely disarranged, and there are tons of bloodstains on the ground. Contigo and Paige are nowhere to be seen. You are alone.
Are there like any like tithing places, boxes, or anything?
Yes, on the ground near the altar, you see a small tithing box, and, you know, there's like a single gold piece coming out of it, but you see hand-carved soap figures, you see small pieces of iron and wooden jewelry, just whatever people could give.
I put 300 gold in it and turn around and walk out. I'll take that out of my personal funds.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna go look for the big statue of the northern person I passed on the way in.
Okay. You begin searching for it. Z, you went to follow and find Korgath, right?
Dead.
Gone. Z?
Rip.
Yes,
Well,
he did.
That's what he said he was going to do, so I'll go with that. He's not there quite yet. Oh, he's gone.
ADC.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Hey, Mike did the thing again.
Yeah, that happens.
Discord, you are a fun beast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Z was going to look for Korgath.
You enter
He
out-
was a bit behind, so
Yes.
I'm actually not sure how I'd be able to find him, but...
You haven't quite caught up just yet. Roll insight, see?
Insight?
Yeah, insight.
Better now. Gotta put my thing. Insight...
You think about it
Wow.
for just a moment, and remember the statue of the northern ancestor that you passed on your way to the Shuki temple. And just there's some kind of intuition telling you that's probably where Korgath was headed.
I should go to that big statue near the temple district. And Z will go there. It's still a bit spotty out right now, right?
It's eerily quiet at this point. The chaos in the Noble District has died down. The orange glow of the fires is gone, but there is a lot of smoke in the night sky, making it even darker than it normally would be.
Just to be on the safe side, that I'm gonna take to the rooftops.
Okay. You begin meandering across the rooftops towards the Temple District. And, Korgath, you find the statue of the ancestor.
How tall is it?
The statue is about, 12 feet tall.
Okay.
Just
Is
like
it,
Colossus.
But you figure it was constructed, standard northern fashion. Their ancestors were larger than life and people to be worshipped. All statues of revered northern heroes are constructed larger than their living counterparts.
what's he look like? What's he holding? What's he doing?
This man has braided rows of hair that go down to his shoulder blades. He is holding a shield and a flail. He looks like he is ready to go into battle.
Human? Half orc? Orc?
The man is human, and there is a plaque at the base.
What's it say?
It says, "To the hero, Clyfar. He held back the wave of primal wolves and earned his tribe's namesake as the Clyfar. In his honor, the city of Clyfar was named, and he will never be forgotten. Long live the spirit of Clyfar in our hearts and minds forever."
I'm gonna grab a hold of my necklace and see if I can bring out my spirits going into a rage.
Roll a D100.
Natural one.
All right. You sit there.
Oh, oops.
You let your emotions flow through you. and they seem to take a physical form, inching through every part of your body. They expand out, and you hear a distinct voice, two distinct voices in your head, actually. The first voice you recognize. It's Nag's voice. And he says, "Don't forget who you are. You can still help these people. You don't have to let William win." And then you hear a second voice, a man's voice that you don't recognize, but it's gruff and it's deep, and you feel an intimate connection to it, even though you never heard it in your life. "You're stronger than this, my son." And all of a sudden, out of your necklace bound your spirits. Except now, they have a much more distinct form, whereas before, they were formless clouds and shadows that danced around whatever target you chose. Now, they have forms. You see Mandrake, you see Anastasia, you see Nag, you see the spirits of all of those who have been unfairly disenfranchised. And they swirl around you, as if under your command.
I'll look at him, and I'll drop the rage.
They look at you with a almost longing expression before slowly dissipating back into nothingness.
Can I take... Would I be able to put the necklace on old Clafar?
Yes.
Gonna take off my necklace. I'm gonna put it on Clafar. Turn around and start walking away and just say to myself, I know what I have to do. And leave it there.
Z, you witnessed the last part of that. You witnessed Korgath sticking his necklace on Clyfar. You did not see the spirits from your vantage point up at the rooftop. And then you see Korgath turning to head back towards the inn.
Oh, I found him at least. Thought he's alright. He's gonna make his way down and examine the statue as well.
Okay, you see a large man, and you see the same plaque that Korgath saw. You recognize Korgath's necklace upon Clyfar's neck. Curiously, it looks like Clyfar's hands are dripping blood.
Statue?
What was that?
Oh. The statue is dripping blood from its hands.
It is.
He blinks. Alright, that's... He thinks. Was Korgath's hands especially bloody? Like physically, not, spiritually.
I mean, yes. Pretty much all of Korgath was bloody by the end of the fight.
Nope. I washed myself off on the way there, though.
Yes, true. But the statue's hands are bleeding.
Gonna examine the necklace?
You look at the
Anything
necklace.
seem special about it?
You see it's got what looks to be the fang of a snake, although larger than any snake you've seen. From your small time with Nag, you recognize that this is one of Nag's fangs. And in fact, you were there when Ral gave him the fang, right?
Oh yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah, so you recognize Nag's fang on there. And it is a iron chain. The bottom of it ends in an iron bear's claw. Looks to be the claw of a bear.
Do I know how much sentimental value this had to Korgath?
You don't.
Gonna tentatively touch the necklace and examine it a little closer.
The necklace feels cold to touch, but nothing special happens when you touch it. You start to roll it in your fingers a bit, and although it's very cold, it just seems like a standard piece of iron jewelry to you.
Must have left it here for a reason. He pats the statue on the head. Take good care of it. He'll be back for it later. Probably. Maybe. Z hops down.
The statue continues to not say anything.
Shocking.
He's gonna start making his way back to the inn, taking the rooftops again.
Alright. So you guys are headed back to Little Haven. Back in Little Haven, Naomi, Smiley, and Ral. You saw Samuel kind of take Gabe upstairs, leaving you with the wounded town guard and Vanessa, who seems lost in thought at the moment.
Pretty much immediately after Z and Samuel have both left, Ral's going to grab himself a glass of blood wine and sit down next to Smiley. And enjoy his drink.
Yeah. So, does it hurt when you, get all big?
I mean, I experience pain very differently to most. And the thing that hurts the most, I would probably have to guess, is my skin splintering.
That did look bad.
But it at that point is bark, and well, nerve receptors are rather dulled at that point.
Oh. Can you stop it?
I usually have very well control over myself, but we all have our issues.
Like rum.
Like turning into a 2-ish foot taller, probably 200, 300 pound heavier version of yourself whenever you are restrained.
Yeah, kinda like rum then.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Vanessa raises her head and looks at you, Naomi. Naomi,
Very busy polishing these eggs.
Naomi, let me see what you have there.
No.
All right. Is it a secret?
I mean, no, I just don't really trust your family, so.
I know.
If you must know, they are the divine eggs that your nasty, nasty family stole.
If I had known he was doing that, if I had known the half of what my uncle was up to, I wouldn't have sat there in his house with you and Rayson, just acting like everything was normal.
If I had known, I would have just killed him.
Well, it was fun having you around the house.
Do you need something, or are you just trying to prey upon our past acquaintance? I don't know. She now has my full attention.
Why are you still here? I figured once you got free of my uncle's collection, as he called it, you would have gone straight back to East.
I take a long drag on my little pipe, which I don't know if any of the other characters have actually seen me do before besides Korgat and Smiley. So it's just a bubble pipe. It doesn't actually have any. There's no tobacco
GMT,
product
she's
in it.
just using prestidigitation to make bubbles. Just looks fancy.
You know, to be quite honest with you, only because I'm literally being told to. I hate it here, and I hate you. I hate this place. I hate these people. It smells like cabbage here. It's disgusting.
Well, I can hardly blame you, Vanessa says, although there is kind of a sad look in her eye.
Why are you still here?
I gotta clean up the mess my uncle left.
I mean, you don't have to. It's just what's expected of you.
No, I have to. If any of this is going to change, it has to be those of us that are on the inside joining up with those of you that are disenfranchised.
I'm not disenfranchised.
She casts her eyes at Ral and Smiley.
I mean, look at them. They're very ugly. They are disenfranchised. I agree.
Oh.
I don't think Smiley is that ugly, she says, loud enough for Smiley to hear.
Arr. Thanks.
You're kind of a dumb idiot, aren't you? So, I mean, your opinion really doesn't go that far.
I'm not as dumb as
Ral,
you or the men want to think.
Ral raises his voice at Naomi's comment. And you're a xenophobic zealot.
You're a xenophobic zealot. Why don't you go turn to a tree or something?
I don't turn into trees. Why don't you turn
Listen.
into a fox?
I turn into a fox.
Roll a investigation, Rel.
We're the best
Or-
team in the world.
Or is this an illusion? Is this an illusion, Naomi?
This is an illusion, yeah.
Okay, investigation, Rel. Uh,
21.
yeah, you see through the illusion, and you can obviously tell that she's cast an illusion spell to make herself appear like a little fox.
Rao will, to the best of his ability, fake awe, and then frown and stare at her very plainly.
I shapeshift into an exact copy of Ral.
What is happening?
I don't know. Just
This
showing
one
that
is
it's
showing
really
off.
difficult. It's really difficult to not be, full of yourself when you're just literally superior.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
I'm not people. I am Naomi.
Sorry. I have heard a lot of both human, fae, and otherwise say that.
I go back to polishing the eggs. So is that it? Like, did you just want to know why I was still here, or? I'm not giving you anything for the time spent in your home.
I wasn't expecting it. I would like to know more about what you have in your hand. My uncle was using it to try and save my father.
What if I told you, and I know this is probably really big brain, so follow me here. What if I told you that everything you are could actually be turned into a physical object?
She seems to follow.
Not just like your personage, but like your hopes and dreams, your knowledge, aspirations, your failures. Everything you ever were or could be turned into a rock, and I hold out one of them rather reverently.
So you're saying there's an entire person in that?
I'm saying that inside this little piece of stone is one of the most powerful entities that ever walked the face of the earth.
She...
Not to mention tyrants. Tyrants, despots, disgusting creatures, really, thinking that they could bend reality to their own whim. They don't like to follow rules, and this is what happens to people who don't like to follow the rules.
She nods and even chuckles a bit.
So, who
Says
knows?
one
Maybe
who
it's
bends light and reality to their own will to change their shape.
for the greater good that I can't even expect you to start to understand.
Yet every chance you get, you attempt to steal any object of any amount of worth from any.
We all have our vices, even someone as wonderful as me.
Wonderful.
Look, that's more like a game I like to play, because really, everything else is rather boring. And what's more fun than watching people when they think they're safe and sound in their own little home and you just take their stuff and there's nothing they can do about it? It's hilarious.
So, psychological torture, onset of anxiety. These are the things you like.
Naomi is just kind of looking off to the side and nodding as if she's counting off on a list. Yeah, that seems about right.
From one frying pan to another, I guess.
So yeah, these things could be weapons or powerful magical foci or gardening tools, whatever you really want them to be.
My uncle did mention making facsimiles of rocks similar to that to power the Modrons, although he said that they could never actually be as powerful as the real thing.
Well, how can you make something out of nothing? That's why he kept failing repeatedly. If he had just asked, I would have told him, but no, he decided to turn your uncle into a big pile of goop. She has, when she says it, she has, there's no friendliness or cadence of, like, apology to that. There's just, it's a fact.
She does wince, but she takes it in stride. Yes, well, I can see my uncle's thought process. Try and preserve the good parts of my father before his brain started to go. Put it somewhere else.
You know, you could just let life take its course like that. Naomi shrugs. Instead of, I don't know, using it as a really cheap ploy to utilize ancient destructive magics or alter the fabric of reality, or I don't know, try to take death into your own hands and weaponize it. Let's not pretend like he wasn't going to use this for his own personal gain.
Of course he would. He was a greedy, selfish, fat man, my uncle. Vanessa has no love for him in her voice. The only good thing that could be said about him was that he gave a shit about the Florentines.
Sure. Family, duty, honor. You want to touch one?
Yes.
I hold it out for her to touch it.
She kind of reaches out, almost touching it, recoiling a bit in thought, and then touches it fully.
When she does, I use my illusion to make the egg scream with an ear-splitting sound.
I'm instantly regretting teaching you about this cantrip. I'm sorry.
She
I
recoils.
go, oh no, what have you done? I think you broke it.
Surely that wasn't enough to break something so powerful.
I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you.
You'll forgive me if I'm not in good humor tonight, Naomi.
Oh, yeah, I know. Some gnome use this, like, stick device to shoot little lances of fire at me. Ugh. You know, we need more people in the world like Korgath who'll just pick a person up and break them in half.
You know, Mr. Smiley, if her humor ever becomes appealing to me,
Yeah.
I don't want you to bring me back.
Okay.
And you hear a door open from upstairs. But also the DM has to use the bathroom, so be right back.
Bye.
I mean, she's not wrong, though.
I mean, among
doing
all
it.
of us, there's 3 of us that can do that to a gnome on a regular basis.
But only one of us has done it.
For now, give us time.
If there's gonna be a running campaign score to how many gnomes we've broken, I don't know that I actually want to keep playing.
Yo, but it's right up your alley. You could be the gnome slayer.
I don't want
Just
to
like
be the
in-
gnome slayer.
The
Just
World
like
Ender
in
and the
WoW.
Gnome Slayer.
We have to
God,
get
that was a
Korgath all
thing.
the Warlords of Draenor achievements. He's got to have Human Slayer, Elf Slayer, Dwarf Slayer.
Just gotta kill them all.
But Naomi
Pokemon.
gets Gnome Slayer first.
I don't want to. I don't
We'll
want
help
to
her get
kill
it first. But I mean, if she and Korgath work together, they can probably get it at around the same time.
Ugh.
And, you know, share kills. That's how it works.
It's not like she wants to kill people.
It's gonna be
That
hard to
one-
get Draenei Slayer though, because I don't even think they're on. They're on this.
It's alright. We'll find their world and we'll go there and we'll end it too.
Tieflings, I guess.
Yeah,
technically.
Maybe. I guess technically, yeah, they are kind of the equivalent of tieflings.
they're space goats, kinda. Demon
Yeah.
goats, space
Quietly
goats, they're all
concerned for
goats.
Z.
I guess technically Z can be anything he wants. So I mean, I don't even know how you quantify that. Do you just keep attacking Z and bringing him back as a different
Yeah, that's how
creature?
we get it. That's how we get it. We just get a shit of Reju beads and we just bring you
That's
back
gotta
over
be
and over and over again.
traumatizing.
Look, you have to do it the right way. Have Z split into like 100 little Z's.
Yeah. Boom.
I don't think Z can do that. I'll have to ask.
But wait,
I'll
there's not
have to ask.
dwarfs in this campaign.
Just shape change into like a daisy chain little version of yourself as every
You know,
different...
technically that works probably.
Those
Yeah.
little paper cutouts that all hold hands.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of Z's.
20 Z's crowd in unison. As long as I'm connected, I can keep doing this. Ah, Korgath, why?
What?
You know,
Back.
That was my pinky.
What the hell's
that's
going
actually
on?
horrifying to think of. We have a mechanics question.
Oh yeah?
Can Z split into 100 little Z's?
No.
Can Z turn into a daisy chain of 100 little Z's
No.
while all... Okay.
You don't even know
No.
where we're going with this.
I want to make a Z rope, you know?
We're unlocking Korgath's Nemesis Hunter achievement, so he's got to get Human Slayer, Elf Slayer, Dwarf Slayer,
Oh,
Gnome
God.
Slayer, Worgen Slayer. We got to get Tauren Slayer somehow. I guess Minotaurs
Fucker.
count for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to kill Fucker. Who else we got? Is Blood Elf Slayer its own thing, or is it just Elf Slayer? It's hard to tell.
It's just Elf Slayer. Why am
Elf
I even
Slayer,
humoring
we're
you?
just because we have to keep the kill tally now. This is
We've turned into the Lord of the Rings.
the reason we
That
wanted
still
to make
only
a daisy.
counts for one.
We wanted to make a daisy chain of Z's because Z can just shapeshift into different races, and then Korgath can basically lop off pinkies of Z as different races
Oh
to unlock the achievement.
my god.
Next level
mount?
Chivo strats.
I was gone for like 1 minute. How did this happen?
Gone for a minute already discussing like killing Z and giving him a traumatic death by reviving him over and over and over to unlock an achievement. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh my goodness. Achievements are not a thing in Terria. I've decided.
Yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Achievement unlocked. Made the DM groan.
This is still vanilla Terria. There's not achievements yet.
Oh, you're right.
They don't come
Oh,
out till
but
BC.
Wait, do we have to carry our mounts in our bags then? Oh man.
I mean, I do, so I guess that technically is how it works.
No, I
Oh,
do not
that's
carry my
you.
mount in my bag.
Reverberations is like Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King rolled into one because Chapter 2 is
God.
Mist of Pandaria.
Oh, you're
Oh,
right.
God.
We're totally going Miss Bandarian next.
Oh god.
You know what? I'm okay with that. I like Mr. Pandaria.
So when does the
Probably in
prince
the minority
have
here,
bishy, when does the prince have bishy boy love with the dragon? That's what I want to know.
We'll see about that.
When do I get back to base?
Alright, so you hear a door open upstairs. And two sets of footsteps coming down the stairs. Right at the same time as the front door opens. Korgath, you have arrived back.
Little head nod. And just walk over to the bar and get another drink.
See, you weren't far behind him. And down the stairs walks Gabe and Samuel. Gabe's eyes are blood red, but he looks like he is doing his best to stay strong. Without a word, Gabe walks up to the bar, sits right next to you, Korgath, and gets something stiff.
It doesn't help.
Anything would help. Anything. Gabe buries his face in his hand.
Y'all could have walked away.
Walked away. walked away. So could you. You could have joined up.
No. No, not after he killed Nag. That was never an option.
Think I liked that either?
Didn't say you did.
It goes quiet. I would have thought
But
you
it
of all.
happened.
I would have thought you of all people would have wanted the same thing we did.
I didn't have to kill anybody to get it. I didn't have to take anybody hostage to get it. I didn't have to burn buildings to get it.
Kind of slams his drink down on the bar.
That really doesn't help if you spill it.
It's my fault. Should have just told William to send somebody else.
If they hadn't walked away, the same thing would have happened to them. Your boss got what he wanted. But it's not going to end the way he thinks it's going to.
He wanted you to be angry. He wanted you to direct that anger toward those that created this situation in the first place. The people like her. He levies a finger at Vanessa.
Oh, I'm directing the anger at the people that created the situation in the first place. The fucker that killed my best friend and closest thing to a brother I've ever had and kicked me down a hole created this fucking situation. I'm pretty angry at him and anybody that sides with him. I don't give a fuck about these humans.
They're
You
okay.
don't have. You can leave this country. I left this country. Went to Sintra. Go up north. They don't treat us like that there. You don't have to stay here.
That's the thing. Not everybody has your abilities. Not everybody is a crown fighter of the pits, World Ender. Not everybody can just fight their way out and escape the country. Some of them are like Dove. Some of them are like Eyes. Some of them half.
I shoots a pretty mean crossbow. Just saying. I've got 6 holes in me from eyes.
And he only learned that because William came along. William came along and empowered us. Those of us who didn't know how to get out.
Alright, we're slamming drinks. I'll slam my drink down.
He slams his.
I'll stand up, I'll take my shoulder guard off, and I'll just outstretched arms. And I'll be like, who do you think taught me how to fight? And just let him see all the scars on my chest and back. Do like a turnaround. You think I was born knowing how to fight?
No.
Cecil taught me from a very young age.
Gabriel's face falls towards his drink.
You're not born with this. And this big hole right here, that one's from your boss. But we've got what he wants.
He wanted Vanessa.
Well, we've got her. And we got the thing he's most scared of in this entire world. Now look over at Mr. Kennedy.
Oh.
Samuel kind of straightens up. Gabe swallows heavily. You tried it. his way. Points at Sam. We tried it for years. I held back and I was passive. Even after Dad decided having an elven wife was a blemish upon his social status and left us. I still tried to play nice, you know? Bend over and be like, oh, whenever you feel like it, you can just start treating us as equals.
Just shaking my head no the whole time. I don't know. Don't know what that's like.
It just hasn't worked.
Think it's gonna happen overnight? Snap fingers. Poof, everything's different.
It should, damn it.
I'll snap my fingers.
You can destroy a civilization in a matter of a moment. It takes centuries and millennia to build one.
Sam nods in agreement with you too. It's like I've always said, Gabe. It's not like that snap.
It's not like there's a bunch of all-powerful stones that you can put together into a gauntlet and snap your fingers and everything's fucking fine.
That is such a ridiculous. I mean, there are though. So
Is that not what these eggs are?
How big a gauntlet would you need to put all those eggs into it?
just make me like a whole suit of armor to wear,
Well, the
and
eggs
I do like a click my heels.
the eggs themselves are about the size of what the gauntlet would be, so no.
Okay, look, Nag had one of those in his fucking forehead. I thought we came to the conclusion that they were like oblong goose eggs.
I actually had a picture of them at one point.
Yeah, they're just
Anyway.
dofus from Wakfu. It's easy. They're dragons in an egg.
I just thought that if we took a more active approach, they'd finally be able to see.
No.
You can be active, but this is destructive.
Terrorism?
That's just gonna make them hate you more.
Okay, buries his face in his
We
hands.
freed one of your companions before we even got to this encounter.
Oh yeah, oh Paige, the Kincaid's guy.
Paige, he was new. He'd only been working a week. I get there to get Vanessa, and what do I see but Paige and Contigo blocking my way. I should have just cut them down and taken her. Queen would have still been alive. All of them would have still been alive and would have been out of there. But I couldn't do it.
And then you would be no better than William.
Or me.
Damn it. Alright. So what do you want from me?
What's he planning?
William?
Are.
The ultimatum, he called it. A demonstration through the streets of Mordan, oldest city in Bevol. All of us, all of the resistance, all of the escaped and freed Fae, marching through the streets with their most precious nobles as hostages. The demand, the end of the abuse of loopholes to keep us under their thumb, And if they did not concede, William would have started opening throats, one by one, until there were no more nobles left to make the rules. Vanessa would have been the most prized hostage. And Vanessa looks uncomfortable. Niece of the famed Cecil Florentine, now in prison thanks to your efforts. I should mention, Korgath, that it was that little stunt, your escape, followed by coming back and capturing Cecil. It was those stunts that got us going in the first place.
You can blame me all you want, but you're responsible for your own decisions and choices you've made. Just as I'm responsible for mine.
Damn it. He wipes some water from his eyes and his steely resolve seems to drop for a few moments and he glances back at Sam. The only decision I regret is leaving Sam's side. William's gonna go through with his plan anyway. Tomorrow, come around 11 o'clock, he's gonna be out there with all of his hostages that he's taken and all of his resistance. And he's gonna march through the streets. And he's gonna call for the lawmakers to come.
What city are we in now?
Mordan.
Okay, so he's here?
He's here, but I don't know where exactly.
Never put all your information in one place.
Do you know someone who does know where he is?
He thinks for a moment. I know where to start asking. But it's not going to be happy.
Well, the night hasn't been so far.
Who were you, fucker?
Alec, Soggy, Dancer.
Oh, yeah, we might not want to talk to Dance.
I know
I'll
where
talk to Dancer.
I know where they're hiding out. And it's not just them either. Other resistance members. He seems to lean back, a sort of determined look on his face. I've decided I hate William.
Well, at least that's one thing we can both agree on.
They won't listen to anybody but William, except Korgath. They might listen to the one who started all of this in the first place.
Well, we're gonna have a hard time locating Rupert Puddlefoot. But I think I might know where he's hiding.
We're getting a team together.
Oh, I never asked for any of this. Fucking Talons, fucking Cecil. Fucking Nag.
We never really do ask for a lot in life.
I just... Can we take a rest before we go see him, just in case it isn't go according to plan? Naomi, you owe me a favor, by
What?
the way.
Why?
I gave you the egg.
I mean, that was your fault. I don't know you anything. And besides, I gave it to you as like a little gesture of goodwill.
Well, I gave it back as a gesture
After
of
you
goodwill.
plucked it out of his deceased friend's skull.
I'm not
That's
even
not-
gonna argue anymore about that.
I'm not I haven't argued with anything. I just
I'm just stating facts.
Fine. What favor would you like?
don't kill anybody tonight.
That is a very wide favor.
You asked what it was.
But I could,
Don't-
like, for instance...
Don't banish anybody either. Don't remove anybody from this plane of existence. Temporarily or permanent.
Yeah. She taps her hand on the table for a second. What about just one of them?
Don't rob me of finding out where William is.
What about turning them into like a vegetable?
Mm-mm.
What, like a turnip?
A
You can-
cucumber.
Sure.
Point all your rage. Point all your rage at William.
So if he's there, then what?
We're gonna kill him.
Oh, okay.
But just him. Nobody else.
That one bitch did stab Smiley straight up.
He's alive though.
Yeah. At
And
the
we
cost of a really
butchered
cool item.
How many of her friends?
I didn't kill anybody.
There were a few. Well, I did notice when I was there. When I went, yeah, that's where I went. I went back. Did people attack you when we went inside?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I remember removing the head off of one.
Yeah, that did happen.
Eyes, and I sliced. What's the other guy that he tried to cast a spell on me?
Man,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that happened too.
Yeah, I don't know their names. The dude with the mask, I kind of cut him almost in half.
Yeah.
And then there was that little person I did break in half.
Gabriel's fucking face.
Sorry.
Yeah, I remember that. That was my favorite part. Go on.
But there were two more there when I went back. That I didn't have
No.
anything to do. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why they're there.
So that little spirit that was just floating around that freaked Contigo out, you have no idea where that came from.
The one that
What
you were
spirit?
making
I don't-
dance.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. No, that was
Mm.
just an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
That was just for fun.
Mm-hmm. I'm giving you like dad eyes right now.
Oh no. This is The Last of Us, but with Korgath and Naomi. We're gonna have to cut Naomi's brain out to get the cure.
Listen, some things might have happened. You know, I don't know why that guy would have cut his own head off.
It wasn't a guy.
Maybe that was, you know,
It was a female half elf.
this goes to show. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Just try to contain yourself the rest of the evening, unless we see a half orc larger than me that goes by the name William.
Okay. Or if someone
Okay.
dances, you know,
No.
I'll do
And I
my
won't-
best. How about
I won't
that?
ask for
Is that
I
a
won't
good
ask
enough?
for I won't ask for the egg back ever again.
Fine.
I'm gonna sit down and take a short rest, please, so I can roll some hypnos.
Alright.
Same.
Everybody go ahead and do short rest stuff.
Oh wow, I've got hit dice as fighter. Cool.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna hit that set.
Wait a minute.
If only we had a
I get
bard.
to do a thing.
18.
Hey, that's right, you did get to do a thing now.
Hiya!
Man, I'm not even back up to half health yet. Jesus.
Everybody gets that little bonus. Have some candy.
14.
Even Ral gets some candy, even though he hates me.
He doesn't hate you, he's just very skeptical.
There is a
His-
His,
bit
his
temporary
tone
hit
isn't
points.
as downward facing as I make it sound. He's fairly monotone.
Oh yeah, boy!
This candy is for you regardless. I promise
Holy
it's not
shit.
poisoned. Who would do that?
Woo!
Holy shit, Korgath! We watch as
Power-
Korgath's wounds just close.
Powering up. One more.
I can only think of that stupid Vegeta and Squidward meme now. Rest well, Squidward. I'm gonna need your help to defeat Frieza.
I'm 1 hit point off. Oh well.
One more. Jesus. All right,
God.
I'll take it. I'm 6 hit points off.
Yeah.
Back up in the 120s, boys. And I get all my fighter stuff back.
So,
But for serious, all of you get 9 temporary hit points too.
Okay.
Don't
Ooh.
forget to add it.
Thank you.
1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mr. Smiley?
Yar. Yar.
How you doing, bud?
I've been better.
Yeah.
I miss the sea.
We haven't been
should-
on it much.
We should get on a boat and go somewhere.
Soon. I'm ready for a change of pace too, but William started something and now I've got to finish it.
Yar.
Naomi
got-
reaches around in her little robe and she whips out that blasting powder. And
What
then
is
just
that?
puts it back in her pocket.
He's got something I want. So let's go talk to your friends, Gabe.
Vanessa clears her throat. I was actually wondering something.
Yar.
If William's
The sky
plan...
is a reflection of light off of the Earth's like crust, I'm pretty sure.
We've already had this discussion, Naomi.
What, Vanessa?
If William's plan is to march a bunch of captured nobles through the streets, should we not meet him in kind? Should we not have a bunch of people who think that change can happen without a bunch of bloodshed meet him in the streets? Say, the nobility that remains. William is using fear as a weapon. If we show him that we're not afraid,
So
I'm
you
saying...
want a bunch of human, non-Fey, to go out and tell a bunch of Fey that you've oppressed for years, decades, hell, I don't know how long. Oh, sorry, we're done. We're not going to do it anymore. And you think that's going to make it all better?
I'm saying it would give him pause.
What if it was both humans and Fey?
That is what I was thinking.
That's not what you said, though.
Well,
I don't know
You
many
didn't
Fey.
let her finish her thought.
She said nobility. I don't know many Fey nobility in Bavo.
there aren't, but
Okay, yeah, exactly.
there are those nobles, as much as you don't want to believe it, there are those nobles that treat their Fey indentured servants with respect and dignity.
You've always been somewhat kind to me, unlike your uncle.
She kinda takes that comment in stride. Yes, and there are others who did honor the rules and were fair, and set reasonable rates for their release, and always treated them with dignity. And I know them by name.
I mean,
It seems
but
to me that all of them are now in the Belacetine Castle.
I have a plan.
I was thinking, those of you that don't want to go with Gabe could come with me and see if we could drum up some kind of counter demonstration to Williams. Something to meet
I'd
him.
rather go do that. That sounds fun.
She nods at you, Naomi. Well, that's Naomi with me.
Is there
Remember,
fighting?
No.
Don't know exactly what we could do to counter demonstrate a man wanting to execute hostages.
Oh, I know what we can do.
The guards
I'm gonna.
are going to be unwilling to shoot upon the resistance while they have hostages in tow. But I think that the resistance is going to be unwilling to open combat while there are other Fae standing against them. And if we show them that we're not afraid, and that things can change and be different, maybe it will give those of them on William's side pause.
What if we give him what he wants
And what's that?
to draw him out? You. And I'll just point 2 fingers, one at Vanessa and one at Sam. What if we offer you and Sam as bait?
Gabriel shakes his head. William's going to be there, regardless.
Well, let's go talk to your friends. What could happen?
That's
Is it just me and you going? It's just me and you?
And whoever else wants to go. And I suppose anybody else can go with Vanessa.
Alright, let's split the party. Z, where are you going?
You know, I'm gonna think for a second. I'm a speedy guy. I can do sick flips off of walls and parkour. Where am I probably gonna be more useful? Not
We're
sure if I.
just going to talk both places.
Shit.
Well,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Korgath.
Yar.
Yeah, this time don't be sneaky about it.
I'll try, but I'm a sneaky guy. Not as sneaky as Smiley, but I'm pretty sneaky.
Yeah. You're red. You stand out. I
Could
saw
not be
you
red
up
if you
there.
like.
I saw you up there.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't make a perception check.
I didn't have to. I can't be surprised.
God damn it! Get out of here! My reflexes are too quick. Yeah, I'm going with Korgath.
I'll go with Vanessa.
Good call. Rao?
Lulu, Specchio?
Okay.
Well, Lulu at least is a more longer standing member than I am.
Lulu needs to go with Vanessa.
The gnomes kind of perk their ears up. Yes?
What are your thoughts?
She and Bernie both kind of look back down at their seltzer water that they're drinking. Whatever the case, both of us are going to stay here where it's safe. We can't fight. But Lulu scratches her head. Sounds like we have a chance to undermine William out from under him. If Korgath can win Gabe's friends over, and if you can get enough of the Fae and the nobles to come out and meet William's protest, might actually pull this off.
Perhaps. Korgath would have the best voice when it comes to these people. As much as he's hurt them.
I mean, legit, I just have a, like, what the fuck face right now. Like, what? Like, what? I just, like, killed half their party, and you want me? I mean, okay, whatever, but...
Bernie
Like,
pipes
also-
up out of nowhere. Korgath, you have no idea how much they talk about you down there. Every other day when I was working on the pipes, I would hear them saying, Korgath this and Worldender that. They were just confused as to why you left and didn't finish what you started.
I didn't start nothing!
You did, though. You did, even if you didn't mean to.
Fuck, I should have just stayed in the north. Mm.
Even if
Ugh.
things got bloody back there, even then, they'll still want to listen to what the World Ender has to say.
I'm going to get another double and put my shoulder, it's not really armor, but like my gear back on.
Ral flips him a coin. Have a triple.
Mr. Barton raises his hand slowly. It's all on the house tonight, guys.
Wow, and I thought we were down.
Damn.
This is just how I always sound.
Okay, Lurch.
God.
Ral, though, I don't. You can come with me. You can go with them. I don't care. But maybe we should give that last vial of adrenaline to Smiley in case things get rowdy at the castle. In case of emergency, eat glass type deal.
I advise against that, Mr. Smiley.
I shouldn't
Oh.
eat
You
glass.
will get the adrenaline. We're going to a castle.
I mean, just in case,
No.
if you're going with him, that's fine. But like, if you're not, then like, if something happens, he needs to be able to defend himself, and he can't in his current predicament.
I
I
could
understand.
run away for a
And
bit.
I intend to go with
Okay,
Lady
so it's just
Florentine.
me and Z and Gabe. Sweet.
That's
What
it
could
sounds
go
like.
wrong? What could go wrong?
You have an outstanding voice for them, and, well, for the few sympathizers we have amongst the nobles, Ral lifts his cowl again to show off his gills and flex. A scientific marvel like myself is likely to rally some.
Right, so we're all
For
just
whatever
gonna situate
reasons.
You see Korgoth reach up where the necklace used to be and be like, oh yeah, it's not there anymore, and be like, I'll do what I can.
I think we'll all do what we can.
Gabriel finishes his drink and slams the empty glass down on the counter. Alright then.
I want you to know one thing before we leave.
Yeah.
Only the people of your group that did harm to me are the ones I did harm to. I didn't just go in there killing everybody. I tried to squash it. It didn't happen.
His face darkens.
You can get mad at me all you want.
No. It's William's fault. Let's go. Samuel looks like he wants to stop Gabe, but thinks better of it.
It's alright, Sam. Take care of my gnome friends.
Will do.
I'm gonna look down at Lulu as we leave and be like, "You've got me out of a tight spot 2 times now. If I don't come back, take care of Bruiser."
Oh yeah. I like you guys.
You cook pretty good too.
Well, it's
Hey,
better than
Specchio, you're alright too.
I've never had anybody say that to me before. Thank you.
Got us out of Clink Clink Town.
He nods. I've never seen anybody move quite like that. Especially against the Modrons. The Clink Clinks. Be safe, please.
I mean, how many more holes can I get punched in me in one night?
Let's find out.
Depends on the diameter.
I mean, I got shot 6 times with arrows. I got stabbed. I mean, all in
I
a day's
mean,
work.
if you really want, I can do the math.
No. You can't kill what's unkillable.
You aren't unkillable?
Many have tried and I'm still alive. I'm beginning to think I am. Let's go.
I think that's just hot air dwelling in your brain.
And with that,
Do you want to
Gabe?
find out?
I mean, I could.
We can sometime, not right now. We going.
And with that,
Rain check.
Going? What?
We're going to see his friends, the Undermined William, and you're going to the castle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Take
Gabe?
care of Smiley. And you're taking both my two last living, longest known people with you. Take care of them.
I intend to do my best.
And with that, Gabe and Korgath and Z leave the inn. Vanessa similarly prepares herself to go. Well, Belacetine Castle is not that far from this direction. It's the opposite way from the Noble District. It shouldn't take us too long to get there. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Y'all should get some guards.
I'm ready.
I'm also ready. And Mr. Smiley, I can assist you again.
Yeah, thanks.
Guards.
All right. So Vanessa, Smiley, Rao, and Naomi leave the inn and start heading to the Belacetine Castle. Now, I'm going to go use the bathroom again and flip a coin to find out who we're going to look at first.
Alright, I gotta go too. BRB.
Yep.
Fortunately, we have broken the one cardinal rule of D&D, and now we will pay for it. We split the party!
It happens in every campaign. It'll be fine.
The DM prompted it. I think it's DM approved.
You're right. Or was he trying to get us to make a hard choice? We don't know. Find out next.
Or
Oh
was
wait, no, we're
he
still playing.
actually just coaxing us to splitting the party so he can murder us all?
He's done with the campaign.
It's true. He really wants to play that Majora's Mask game. Is just like, well, if I end it now, then really they'd be like really hyped for another campaign.
Is there a Majora's
Into the
Mask
new-
campaign?
He's written up rules for it.
Oh,
And there's
jeez.
a whole thing in mind.
Oh, jeez.
He's had that for a very long time, though.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I'm reading the new Penny Arcade book, fifth edition. I'm very upset that there are deep crows now in the lore, so we're gonna have to live with that, I guess.
Wait, there's what in the lore?
Deep crows, like a crow but underground. Also with mandibles and like 8 eyes. A spider crow.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
terrifying.
Spider crow.
Oh, wit?
I want one as a mount.
Well, according to this, you have to separate your finger, your thumb from itself, in order to intimidate it, and then it will let you ride it.
Good thing I know how to do that.
All right, I'm back. So
Alright,
I'm gonna roll.
we're talking about deep crows.
I'm gonna roll a 1d2. One. We're gonna start with Korgath and Gabe. And fuck Z.
Yeah.
2 is Vanessa.
Team Vanessa.
Team Vanessa. All right, looks like we're starting with Gabe and Korgath. Okay. What the hell was that?
Exactly,
Tell.
Calypso. Goodness.
What actually
What the
was that?
actual fuck?
That was a grumpy cat.
Oh my god.
You know. Side note before we get started. So when I touched the amulet, the necklace, sorry,
Yes.
the music stopped. I don't know if you did that on purpose or if that was just timing, but I just shit myself. That was terrifying. I was like, uh oh, I shouldn't have touched that. Music
Yes.
stops.
I'm
As
not
suddenly
above
the
utterly
mystical
fucking with all of
figure
you.
of a dragon
Of
steps
course.
out of the statue.
Z, you must fulfill your destiny. And holy shit, a talking rock! I'm out of here. Fucking jets.
All right. So, Gabe leads you and Z to a side alley in the poorer district, one that you hadn't been down before. He knocks on a random door 3 times, and he mutters quietly, "It was the wind." And soon after, you hear a lumbering, plodding set of footsteps that shake the ground beneath you. And the door opens up. You see a Minotaur.
He must work the first shift.
Yeah, apparently.
The Minotaur is... The Minotaur has a few holes inside of him, as though he's been run through by a rapier. But he's still standing upright. He grunts in confusion as he sees Gabe walking with Korgath and Z. You. He stares at you, Korgath.
I just nod.
He looks kind of desperately towards Gabe, who raises his hand. We need to hear what he has to say.
I don't know what I'm gonna say.
The Minotaur frowns, looks back, and then soon you hear a few other footsteps. There's an orcish woman,
Mm.
and Dancer shows up.
You.
All of them look rather wounded. They have kind of cold looks in their eyes when they see you.
Oh god, only 3 of them made it. Where's Soggy Boy?
Soggy, Dancer speaks up for the rest of the group. Soggy is resting it off in the back. He was never cut out for this, and William should have never sent him in there.
Boy can take a lick.
He was always too brave for his own good, in the worst possible time. Why don't you come inside?
Okay. This is gonna be fun.
Don't worry, Mr. Korgath. I'm here. He claps him on the shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
One moment here. Hitting a roll 20 glitch. Cannot do anything. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So, you walk inside of the random door, and you see a collection of non-humans gathered up on cots and chairs and whatever makeshift furniture is around. Wherever you are, it looks like this building has been abandoned for years and years. Dancer kind of pauses by a Towards the back, you hear a small
There's
voice.
always that one.
You hear a small voice pipe up, and you see the long-eared creature step forward. You see there's a giant hole in his ear. No, you didn't. But you wanted to, right? It's the only way to
Wanting and doing are two different things. I wanted to kill you when we fought, but you're still alive, aren't you?
He points to the hole in his ear. Only because you missed.
I'll point to the hole in the back of my, kidneys. Yeah, we're even. Your boss killed the closest thing to family I've ever had. How'd you think it was going to end for anybody that sided with him?
We saw it. He wanted you to join up. He wanted you to take back up the reins of what you started.
It wasn't the best way to go about it.
The non-humans around the place, they kind of move towards you a little bit, Korgath.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's not a menacing movement. They just seem extremely interested in what you have to say.
God, I gotta keep this up.
So, Soggy pipes up again. So, you're saying the way William is doing things, it's not going to work?
What makes you any better than the humans if you're taking humans hostage and killing them? How are you any better?
But it's what
How
they
are
do,
you not? How are you not worse at that point?
But it's what they do to us.
I'm just like hands up, like, okay. So how does that make you better? How does that get your point across? Doing the same thing. It's a circle. You kill humans, humans get pissed, humans kill Fae. Fae get pissed, they kill humans, humans get pissed, they kill Fae. It's a circle. Break the wheel.
Lily lets out a loud grunt. Huh. You know, for a lot of us, William was the second best option.
God.
We were just waiting for you to come back. But you didn't. Until it was a bit too late. Not until William had done all his work.
I didn't even know what I'd freaking started when I left. I was just getting out of town.
How could you not?
Well, let's see. I was a child. I was captured. I was beaten and tortured and forced to fight. And I had an opportunity and I left. You think I thought anything about the repercussions of those actions, or just, hey, I'm free? I don't ever have to go back to that shithole country. What would you think? Didn't know who my parents were. Where I'm from. My hometown. None of that. Born and raised in the pits.
A lot like me. Fucker pipes up.
I don't remember ever seeing you, though.
No. I was more towards the south side, towards Baden. Fuck it. William put us in that position. Fuck it. Alec stands up tall. You realize now that Alec is actually quite a bit bigger than you, Korgath.
Oh shit, we're gonna have to fight.
But you haven't seen many Minotaurs in your time. They're a little bit rare in this part of the world. Still, he comes up and stares you down. And then he extends his
Can't
hand.
milk those.
And then he extends his hand.
Hmm. Yeah, sure. Right hand, left hand.
Right.
Sure. Let's. Yeah. We'll grab him on the wrist.
And you give it a good shake. Lily's eyes narrow. Alec, do you really know what you're doing? This person slaughtered some of us.
How many people have you killed?
Alec growls and nods. Yeah, and you killed one of them, didn't you, Lily? There's been bloodshed on both sides. Alec snorts again. I always appreciated Korgath more than William. Korgath took the right actions. He got out. He targeted himself. William just wants us to destroy everything. That's not going to get what we want. Korgath
If you burn it all to the ground, you're just all that's left's ashes. Nothing else. What are you gonna build upon if nothing's left but ashes? You gonna start fresh from scratch?
Lily snorts.
Y'all got some sinus things going on up in here with all this snorting. I need some Allegra, some Claritin or something.
Lily shrugs her shoulders and looks at Gabe. Queen died. You're already willing to throw in with him? Gabe nods emphatically. I think that this is what Queen would have wanted all along.
This all William's fault.
It is, to be honest.
I mean, really, it's all a gnome named Jarko's fault because he sent us here, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to discuss that later. But William killed Nag. What did he think was going to happen?
Gaboy pipes up.
Oh, okay, you killed my friend. I'm just going to join up. Let's go kill all the humans. No.
Gaboy pipes up. I think he just wanted to make you mad. Hopefully you direct it.
Oh, it's directed. I'm an unstoppable force directed on a single point, and its name's William. He has something that I want.
Gaboy looks up at Daxia. It was William that sent us to the church in the first place for Vanessa, right? Daxia nods. And he did that fully knowing that these people would be there to stop us, didn't he? Daxia nods again. So did he want us to die, or what? Daxia shrugs, frowns, and then stares you in the eyes, Korgath, and extends her hand.
Yeah, we'll hand out all the handshakes.
At this point,
Yeah, you're making so many friends.
Making all the friends.
a lot of the non-humans are kind of gathering closer. And they're all kind of staring at you, Korgath. Lily, though, still looks unconvinced, and she turns her attention to Z. You, Red Man, what's your stake in all this?
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to survive and do what's right.
And what's right?
Thanks. I grew up in an environment where both Fae and humans coexisted in peace. If I could spread that to the rest of the world, then I'd say that's the right thing to do. And you know, it's like Mr. Korgath said, you gotta break the wheel. If everyone keeps taking pot shots at one another, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
I got hit in the eye one time.
Yeah, probably hurt a lot, didn't it?
It did.
Eyes always was zealous.
6 arrows. Count them. They're still pretty visible. 6 of them.
We left one in there as a joke.
She twitches her eyebrow. A fighter as accomplished as you should know how to pull back. Show restraint.
I'm just gonna look at all of them. They left him. Y'all just straight up left him there, knowing what was gonna happen to him. And I did show restraint. And I'll look over at Good Boy.
Good boy kind of
What'd I tell you?
holds his bandaged ear and grimaces. Ugh. Well, I'm still alive, so there's that.
What'd I say to you, though? I said run.
I did.
Eyes didn't. Creeps tried to cast some spell on me.
Well, Creeps was a creep.
Well, yeah. There's almost 2 of them now. Look. Wasn't hostile towards anybody that wasn't hostile towards me. I didn't start the fight, but I ended it. I didn't start the fight with William, but you can be damn sure I'm going to end that one too. William Kennedy's days are numbered. So you can side with him, and your days can be numbered too, or you can side with us and break the wheel. That's your choice. Nobody else can make it for you.
Lily raises her chin up, looking not condescending, but perhaps almost somewhat convinced, even. And we turn against William. What do you have in your pocket that's going to ensure we get what we initially wanted? The end of the subjugation of non-humans.
Instantly, nothing. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to snap your fingers and it be over. But I have, I don't know, how many nobles? Several nobles of Bavot that are ready to denounce it, put an end to it. Faye can go get jobs in other countries and come back and help their friends become free. I've freed at least one since I've been here. Paid his fees, set him free, sent him home. Just because you leave doesn't mean you can't come back.
And she looks pointedly at Z and Korgath. I executed your friend. And yet
You
you
did.
come here.
Because Naomi's awesome.
We have some tricks up our sleeves.
she finally, at last, looks to Gabe, who gives a long, slow nod. Then she throws her head back and, of all things, laughter. Raucous laughter.
Cast hideous laughter on her. Keep your eyes peeled, lads.
From one sin pit to another. Fuck it. Alex right. William is the problem here, isn't he? Alright, World Ender. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So what would you have us do? Obviously, Gabe's told you some things. We plan to take our little hostage nobles out tomorrow in the streets and parade them around and demand our ultimatum. What would you have us
Where's
do?
William?
William?
Yeah.
Presently, I don't know.
Does anybody know where fucking William is?
They all kind of look at each other. The collective answer seems to be no.
Where are you supposed to meet William in the morning?
And Gobboy pipes up. We're to meet at 8 o'clock in the morning on Main
Oh,
Street.
that's so early.
There, he'll bring the captured nobles.
Where are the captured nobles?
Gobboy kind of looks around the room to the other Fae. A gnome stands up, and he runs his hands through his hair. I'm not supposed to know this, but I was kind of eavesdropping a little bit. And I heard William say something about keeping them underground in the laundry district?
What if he doesn't have any nobles to release in the morning? As hostages.
Well, the same gnome says. He thought about that. Said they were in multiple places. I don't even know who he was talking to, but that was just the one place he mentioned. He never kept all of his information in one place. I doubt he keeps all the nobles in one place.
So we meet him on Main Street. With humans and Fae alike.
Lily kind of raises her chin a bit. Well, you've just won us over, Mr. World Ender.
Okay.
I'd say perhaps the best option is to let us proceed with the plan. Let us march out there on Main Street with our hostages. William thinks he has unwavering loyalty at his side, but at the right moment, we set our leverage free.
Zethan. I'll be a little bit careful about that too. Because they'll probably have guards there.
Gabe nods in agreement. Don't be stupid, Lily. The moment you set those hostages free, the guards are going to shoot you. You're right.
Does William have any people that are completely loyal to him?
Lots.
100%. Not changing their minds.
Yeah. But we don't know where they are.
Probably with William.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you guys get information around then?
We're told to go to
Probably-
certain places. We don't send pigeons. Pigeons are too easily intercepted. We meet in person. We decide the day before where we're going to meet and where we're going to meet. It's all segregated and sectioned off. Yeah, we're friends with Gabe, but we didn't know we'd be working together tonight until earlier this morning.
Shit. We don't have any real leads at this point.
So you're asking us to trust you.
Lily smiles. Yes. Just like we're trusting you. After
You're trusting Gabe. He's one of your own.
Well, Gabe trusts you. Isn't that right, Gabe? Gabe takes a long, hard look at Z and Gorgath and nods. That's right. William is wrong in this. Lily, if we go out there tomorrow with our hostages, we're going to be in a position to help them stop William when he shows up. We have the element of surprise.
He's mine. I just need him. I just need him out in the open.
And we can
I will.
certainly, we can certainly handle that.
I mean, on the matters of trust, Mr. Korgath, I think if they were going to do something to you or me, they would have done it by now. They do kind of outnumber us.
Seems like a pretty fair fight to me.
Yeah, but what if you lose an eye? Or an ear? Or like a big toe? Be horrible. Oh, I say we trust him. No reason not to at this point.
Okay. They know what happened to people that are on William's side.
Daxia grunts. Yes. It's simple enough. We go out there tomorrow. William makes his grandstand. Those of us who want all this to stop, all the fighting and the bloodshed and the death, those of us who want to honor Eyes and Dove and Inventor and Queen, we will take William by surprise. Make sure he's vulnerable.
And Nag.
Yes. Your friends, too.
And,
The pirate.
and Creep. The pirate's still alive. He's just not feeling very good. Probably like I was when I got kicked off that platform. Exactly. Like that. Kitty cat.
You know what the plus side to all this is, right?
Hmm.
You guys have like a really cool slogan now to go with. Break the wheel. Put that on shirts, mugs.
I like the sound of that, Alex says. It sounds very original.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it is very original.
Taxi kind of looks at Gabe. You, King, you can't come with us. Gabe nods. I know. He's gonna know something up if I'm there. It's best if I disappear. Well, I'll be hiding with them, waiting for the right moment.
I'm not gonna be hiding.
Yeah, but he can hide.
I work best when I take people by surprise.
I'm gonna be on Main Street at 7:59 waiting.
Gabe reaches out and puts a hand on Wall's shoulders. Look, what happened to our friends? It's not the fault of anybody but William. And I'll be there tomorrow to make sure the price is paid for that.
Do these people? Do they seem believable?
Yeah, we probably should be rolling insight checks.
I mean, sure, roll insight.
Korgath roll with advantage. Well, I guess I can't help you with that, so I'll just roll my own insight.
Yeah. So you look around, and these non-humans seem inspired by you two, in much the same way that they seemed inspired by William down in that pit. The best you can figure, these are people that didn't have anything to believe in until William came along, and then you came along. Even Dancer herself seems to look at you with a grudging respect.
What signal should we look for?
Alec stomps on the ground twice with his minotaur hooves, creating a very distinct clapping sound. That! He grunts.
Works for me.
Yeah, as he stomps on the ground. His foot becomes a minotaur hoof as he does so. Stomp, stomp.
Lily nods. I'll talk to as many people as I can. Some of them are William fanatics. Others, they just want to be free. I know who's safe to talk to. I just hope you're right, and that we aren't destroying ourselves.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't think I was right.
Gabe, best you disappeared. Unless William knows about what happened, the better.
Gabe's dead.
Right.
Fell in battle.
Gabe's dead, Wall says gruffly.
Along with Queen, Creeps, Eyes, and the other ones.
Of?
Dove and
And
the
Eyes.
Inventor?
Eyes and Inventor.
I said Eyes.
Oh yeah, and Inventor. You kind of hear that sentiment echoed around the room. Gabe is dead. And they all look at Gabe, who again has his mask down, and although elven features with their wooden exterior, it's hard to kind of tell what their emotions are. You can see it welling up in Gabe's mouth and eyes as he nods in appreciation of all the non-humans. Right. Tomorrow, then. You wait for the signal. We
8
turn.
o'clock.
We turn. We separate William out. We give them a chance to strike him down.
What do you mean a chance?
Last I remember, he beat you in a one-on-one. Lily
I
says.
wasn't really trying. Be different this time. He got what he wanted.
I hope so, Lily says. I hope so.
Like I said, he's got something I want.
I'm not sure I want to know what that is, Mr. Worldender. It's best you get out of here before somebody from one of the other camps comes and sees you here. And thank
Let's
you.
go, Z.
Yeah. Bye,
You're welcome.
everyone. It was nice meeting you all.
Thanks for what?
We'll exchange the thanks tomorrow, if we survive.
I'll set 10 gold on the table as I walk out and be like, drinks are on me tonight.
You hear a small cheer kind of make the way around the room.
Remembering those we've lost.
Yuzi and Gabe head out. All right.
That went well.
Gabe is silent as you return outside. You figure it's getting about midnight at this point. You're starting to feel pretty tired.
We should get some rest. Let's head back to the inn.
Yeah. I could do with some grub too, actually. I'm really hungry for some reason.
I've heard they've got a delicacy here in Bavol. I didn't get to eat it much, but I've heard about it.
Oh, what's it called?
Shawarma.
Shawarma.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is, but I want to
Oh
try
my
it.
god.
I don't either, but I don't think we're gonna find it at this time of night.
And
Maybe if we live through tomorrow.
yeah,
I've been
let's
wanting to
get
try it.
It sounds good. And in my
Just-
experience, anything that sounds good tastes good.
Guess we'll find out if we live.
What's with this if nonsense? Of course we're gonna live.
Sure.
Pats him on the shoulder. Come on. You're the world ender, the wheel breaker. Have some confidence.
Haven't broke anything yet, except some bones.
Yeah, I mean, look, we could find a card if you really want. You can break the wheel on that.
Kind of a warm-up type deal.
Yeah.
I really just want to
But
go to
then-
sleep.
Yeah, alright. Fair enough. But after tomorrow, they will call you wheel breaker. Probably.
I don't know if I like that.
All right. Team Vanessa. Vanessa starts leading you toward the Belacetine Castle. And as you get close, you see a huge amount of guard activity towards the front gate. Although when Vanessa approaches, they all kind of stand at attention. Vanessa waves her hand. They're with me. We're going inside. Get out of the way. And like that, the guards kind of part ways for Naomi, Ral, and Smiley.
Arr.
Looking up at the castle, it actually looks like it's in a bit of disrepair. The tapestries roll history, Smiley.
Can do. Oh, but wait. I have resurrection sickness.
That's right, you have disadvantage. Okay. Wow. Yeah, this castle looks shitty, man.
Oh, hang on. Wait, that's not right. Add 4 to that. 8. There you go.
I mean, this castle has a history of looking shitty. I guess Ral would know, and I guess Naomi too has a chance. So both of you roll inside history as well.
Raul was never a history buff.
I don't fucking care about this place.
See Korgath rolling like gods. The other party. This sure is quiet around here. I wonder what William's up to.
You just have no
Raul
idea.
was a man of science, not a man of history.
You just have no idea why this castle looks so fucking shitty.
Probably because it's built by Westerners. I'm gonna go with that's why.
Not on a boat.
So, Vanessa strides up to the main gate, and you stride into the Blasatine Castle. What you see in front of you is a hallway full of cots and blankets on the ground. What seems to be some kind of like shelter, almost. There are guards running around. You hear the vague sounds of troubled whispering, and almost as if a kind of cruel counterpoint, you see a ragtag music band kind of sitting at the center of it all, quietly singing to try and placate the troubled noble's spirits. Vanessa strides in and bites her lower lip. Fuck. It was even worse than I thought. Well, the only way to start is by finding out who all is gone. She looks at you guys. The best thing we can do, split up. Find people
And look for
who
clues?
split up, look for clues. Find out who will be willing to stand up with us tomorrow against William. I have a few ideas of who might be willing. You heard of the Kincaid family?
We stepped on their toes a little bit already.
Ah, well, bygones might be bygones. The Kincaids might be with us. Let's see, who else? You can see about the Russos, the Cancios, And the Bianchis, also. I see some of them here. The Columbos, they're going to be problems. You should leave them to me. Yes.
Well, Mr. Smiley isn't exactly in the best shape to be walking around in his own.
Oh, is Mr. Smiley too sick to speak?
I can talk, some.
Well, we can use that to our advantage. Look at the state of you. William is a terrorist who cares not for the well-being of either the humans or the non-humans that he's against.
Yar.
Right then. You hear the guards calling out, "All right, we've repurposed the bedrooms and we'll start sending people there in 30 minutes. Gather all of your loved ones and your belongings and get ready to go. We're no longer accepting people into the Belacetine tonight." Vanessa kind of curses and looks at you. Well, 30 minutes to convince as many as we can.
Well, shall we begin with the Kincaid?
Yar.
Sure, why not?
So, you look around and you see Augustus. He's got a very memorable face with his little goatee. He is, currently looking really pissed off and arguing with one of the guards.
Hal walks up and... Mr. or is it Sir or Noble Lord Kincaid?
It's
Pardon,
Sir.
I'm not good with noble prefix.
It's Sir. And you got a lot of nerve showing up here after the stunt you pulled with me earlier.
Well, that was before we fought William's men.
You fought William.
William's men.
You could have fooled me. I would have thought you were on his side after the way you treated me. The only reason I didn't call the guards right then is because you paid me.
You realize we're working with Mr. Samuel. We don't want to fight. We will when we have to. But our goal is not more war. It is not more fighting.
You know what? I don't have much to lose at this point. They've got Esmeralda. You kind of see his stern face break a bit. They've got Esmeralda.
And we have hope and a plan.
Oh, really? A plan to stop all this.
What would it say to William if everyone he wanted to cower and fear stood in front of him?
I know exactly what I'd like to do to William if I saw him.
I did not ask what you wanted to do. Thing. Trust me.
So what, you're talking some kind of mass counter-protest thing?
I'm not purely well versed in what it would actually be called, but yes, nobles like yourself, nobles like the others that wanted to stand with Mr. Kennedy. And not just them, but other Fae who were both hurt in this, and those who are for this cause. Not for mass bloodshed, not for William, not
22 and
just
Stano.
to
23
be
hours.
free, but those who want to work for peace. We stand side
If
by
that's the
side,
word, then
and we show William we are not afraid.
You know, I didn't really think about it until your friend plopped that gold down in front of me for Paige. And I got to thinking about the look on Paige's face and what that meant to him. I thought he was happy, you know? But maybe he was just scared to say he wasn't.
Most of us are. I never really had the choice, or the chance,
it's even
or
worse.
even when I thought I was building towards my own
Do not want
joy,
his name.
things went wrong.
Well, I'm certainly not about to sit inside of some old abandoned fucking castle. Well, they've got Esmeralda. So fine. I'm with you.
That's good to hear. Now, thankfully, my lack of social concepts and hierarchies is enough to help with you. However, I don't know how much longer I can keep this up.
Well, I know a couple of others were more on Samuel's line of thinking than Cecil's. I know the Cancios and the Bianchis, for sure, would be willing to hear you out. If not you, then maybe him, he points at Smiley, or her, he points at Naomi.
I wrinkle my face.
I think she's just a spectator in all this.
Well, with the Cancios, you gotta appeal to their sense of superiority. They'll do whatever you want as long as they think it'll aggrandize themselves. As for the Bianchi, well, they just like serenity. If you can convince them that this is going to bring back the peace, then they'll probably join up.
It may not bring it back immediately, but it's something worth working towards. What would you say, Naomi? Is peace worth it?
Sure. That would certainly fulfill Korgath's dream of nobody else dying.
Alright. Do you see the... Oh, what was their names?
There are the Cancios and the Bianchis.
Do you see any of the Bianchis around here? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with any of...
Well, there's Samantha Bianchi over there. I'm not sure where her husband is. I hope he hasn't been taken. He points out a black-haired woman, looking a bit forlorn towards the corner. She is surrounded by half-elves.
To Miss Bisanchi?
Bianchi.
I'm gonna pronounce it Bianchi.
I'm gonna put them in chat. There we go.
Awesome. So Raul will lead the group over there. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back, Smiley.
Arr.
As you walk up to Samantha, she seems way more interested in Smiley than you, Ral.
Pirate fan, then.
I'm sorry. I don't know where my husband is. And like clockwork, the elves around her just kind of like console her and speak up. I'm sure he's fine, he just hasn't gotten the word to come to Belacetine yet. Certainly has been taken hostage.
Can we find him for you?
You really are heroes, aren't you?
Arr.
You have that look about you. Especially you. She reaches up and kind of brushes your cheek, Smiley.
Whoa.
Sorry, I just know an adventurer when I see one. A hero.
Yeah, that's me.
And why have you come? Is your master here?
Oh, no, I'm a free pirate half-elf.
A free half-elf. Oh, my goodness. I keep trying to set mine free, but they don't want to go. She motions to the various shades of elf next to her, and they all nod in unison. It's just
I
too
can
nice.
see why. Would you consider supporting the Fae tomorrow morning?
What do you mean?
It's a rally, sort of. We've got people out in the streets. Arr.
Will it be dangerous?
Nope, we'll keep you safe.
You're gonna have to roll deception for that one.
Can I try and charm her first?
Sure.
Alright, let's give that a try. How does that work? Where has it gone? Did I delete it accidentally? I think it's a persuasion check, a disadvantage. Alright.
You just fucking wrecked him. Yes. So she seems completely wooed by you, Smiley, and you're getting some fluttery eyes.
So my deception check is regular instead of disadvantage.
Yes, it would.
Best I could do.
And she wants to believe you, so this is at like -5.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yep.
Whew. Completely safe. Arr.
Well, as long as you're there to protect me, I'll do anything you want.
Naomi rolls her eyes. It's the most frustrating endeavor.
Vanessa walks up. Well, how have you done?
Well, I believe we have the Kincaids and the Bianchis on us.
Good. Well, I've got the Alfonsis. And the Alfonsis are the mouthiest nobles I know. I get the sense that most of the people we see here tonight, they're going to be coming out tomorrow.
That's good.
With that, the guards start to call out for the nobles to head to bed. One of them comes up to Vanessa. Miss Florentine, you really ought to stay here tonight. Vanessa shakes her head and kind of tosses his hand off. No, I've got other places to be. And the guard looks worried for a sec and then shrugs and doesn't look like he wants to go against her word. So he returns to corralling up the panicky nobles. Vanessa regards the three of you. Well, I think we can count on most of them showing up. That's a good thing.
Hopefully.
We ought to head back to the inn, see if Gabe and Korgath and Z were able to learn anything.
Fine by me.
And you guys pretty much arrive back at the inn at the same time. You basically bump into each other in the street just outside.
Hey! Alright, go in your guys' end.
Is Ral still carrying Mr. Smiley, or is hobbling along?
Smiley
He's
can
probably
walk.
hobbling it. Yeah, he's just struggling.
Yeah.
We talked to some people, made some friends.
That sounds
A lot
good.
of the nobles are going to show up. And from the sounds of it, even a lot of the rather happy... Ral puts a couple of fingers up and quotes servants that they have in their care.
Oh. Good, right?
I believe that was the plan.
Yup.
How did it go for you all?
I mean, looks to Korgath, looks to Gabriel, looks to the group. Pretty good? Better than expected?
Gabriel just grunts. I'm gonna sleep. You guys should too. That he heads off.
I could sleep.
Sleep would probably be a good idea for all of us.
Has the food eventually.
Sam's kind of biting his lower lip.
What?
Well, Sounds like it's all gonna come to a head tomorrow morning. I just hope it works out. That's all. Couldn't ask for anything more than getting Gabe back. Sorry. I'm tired. You'll have to excuse me.
We're all tired, Mr. Kennedy. But with any luck, all of this will be over tomorrow.
I hope so. Vanessa, you can take the suite. She shakes her head. No. I'll stay down here. I don't think we'll be able to sleep tonight. Suit yourself.
Can I take the suite?
I think Mr. Smiley deserves the suite, and he needs someone to look after him while he's up there.
Vanessa kind of gives a small smile. Alright. That's convincing enough. If you'd have me, Mr. Smiley.
Yar.
Very well. Sam kind of sidles up to Korgath as people begin filtering toward their beds. You ready for this?
Yes.
He's gonna be there.
Counting on it.
And what are you gonna do?
What I'm best at.
That's the answer I was hoping for.
The world is a vampire.
I think that is where we will end for the night.
What I'm made to do.
What a good ending note for this game.
Alright, guys. So I'm looking to wrap up Reverberations over the next 2 sessions. There's gonna be combat. There's gonna be a lot of that. In fact, it's gonna be mostly that. So, you guys get a long rest over the night. So do all your long rest stuff. Unfortunately, Smiley, you are still going to be afflicted by resurrection sickness.
Oh no.
Oh man.
But you do have the adrenaline in your inventory, so that's 2 hours whenever you choose to use that.
That's something.
Alright, guys.
Oh man.
So, sounds like it's gonna wrap up here.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how this plays out. Any problems with me scheduling the next game for next week?
Now it should be good.
There is a chance I could be late. I don't know how likely it is.
Okay.
Should be good.
Well, then I will go ahead and schedule session 8 for 1 week from tonight.
It's going to be fun if Raoul transforms in front of a crowd of people.
You mean tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
I think what you meant to say.
I can do tomorrow.
Oh,
In-
fuck. No,
It's
I
okay.
can't.
You can do it. You just gotta make the maps. You gotta set all the NPCs up. You know.
When?
Go to work.
How?
I don't
try
know,
to
man.
live a
You're the
normal
DM.
life.
You can do it. Just wing it.
Oh, God.
Korgath
just
had to do an
fucking
entire speech tonight.
I'll just call into work sick. Can't come to work today. Gotta set up a whole map. Gotta set
Oh,
up
you said
a-
you had a flu.
I've got a cold.
Yeah, I got the
Cough,
fever.
wheeze.
The only prescription is setting up a 2-session long encounter.
It's more cowbell.
Oh.
But yeah, yeah, we can look forward to
I
beginning
do
to the
have
end.
a mechanical question.
What's up?
Maybe I didn't word it correctly earlier, but I'll just be blunt. Does Revivify get rid of his exhaustion? Like red sickness?
Revivify?
Yeah.
No, Revivify is what causes res sickness. You get
Do you
res.
mean lesser restoration?
Sorry, greater restoration. My bad.
Nope. The only
That's-
thing that eliminates res sickness is the adrenaline. Res sickness is there so that it
I
sucks
guess-
when somebody dies.
I guess we should just kill Smiley. It's kind
Yep.
of
Rip
Tom, just
Smiley.
re-roll a new character. We'll just kill Smiley. Get him.
But I'm giving you a tool that gives you 2 hours of being useful. If you do happen to get res sickness.
Is it a potion?
So it's going to interact with your alchemy charm, right? So you get 4 hours.
Oh shit!
Oh, damn.
Wow, that oof.
Yeah,
Good deal. Double potion.
Yikes.
there you go. So, yeah, I think you guys will be okay. I hope. Maybe
I
not.
believe. Maybe.
We've.
Despite all your rage, you can still just be, Faye in a cage. Or not.
Oh, I'm excited. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? Hopefully we live. I would like to reach level 11. That's when I get a cool thing.
Oh, yes.
Oh
So-
man, I wish we were level 11 already.
so
Damn, can we be
it's-
level 11 for tomorrow?
You cannot. You'll be
Damn
level
it.
10 for tomorrow. And
Damn it.
I'm
For the last time.
spacing out two entire sessions just to give room. But it's mostly just going to be like an elongated encounter, I think.
Makes
That's what's
sense.
coming up.
Doof.
Oof.
So, thank you guys for
Good to
playing
hear.
with me tonight. Great work tonight. I actually really enjoyed this. I didn't know how it was going to go. But I think it worked out.
I think so too. No one died.
We murdered less people.
Yes.
So far.
Oh, Korgath, oh no. You should have said a day, mate.
What
Once the
about
sun
it?
rises, once the day rises, Naomi's gonna get the bloodlust.